Okay, so I just wanted to share something out of John chapter 11. Now, a certain man named Lazarus was ill. He was of Bethany, the village where Mary and her sister Martha lived. This Mary was the one who anointed the Lord with perfume and wiped his feet with her hair. It was her brother Lazarus who was now sick. So the sisters went to him, saying, Lord, whom you love so well, he whom you love so well is sick. When Jesus received the message, he said, this sickness will not end in death. On the contrary, it is to honor God and to promote his glory, that the Son of God may be glorified through it by it. Verse 5 says, now Jesus loved Martha, her sister, and Lazarus. They were his dear friends, and he held them in loving esteem. Therefore, even when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he still stayed 2 days later in the same place he was. Now, okay. Jesus. Okay, first of all, Mary is the one who anointed Jesus' feet with her perfume. He was there. Now, it mentions that in verse 2. Mary was the one, okay, so was God. But then in verse 4, it says, or verse 5, it says, no, Jesus loved Martha and her sister. And it's just kind of like, I was just feeling like, okay, the sisters sent to him, saying, Lord, he whom you love so well is sick. Now, I think the sisters sent the message to Jesus, but I think it was probably not as like, I'm not so sure that it was Mary, like, oh my gosh, we gotta fix it all. like, Mary is probably like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I know Lazarus is sick and dying, but I know the one who has the power to do anything about it. Martha, on the other hand, I think was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Right? She's like freaking out. And so, now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. Therefore, because he loved them so much, he just loved them so much, therefore, he waited. He stayed where he was for a couple more days. Now, he didn't like, freaked out. Oh my gosh, yeah, Lazarus is sick. We gotta hurry. he waited, and we know that this was because his glory was going to get promoted here. He was about to like get really worked out of what was going to happen. So he hung out for a couple more days. I kind of think like that he knew how much glory and whack was going to be on raising Lazarus up out of the grave. I think he got so whacked out that like he couldn't even walk for 2 days because he was so like, oh yeah, this is it. We're about to go like really get into the good stuff, and oh my gosh, this is going to be really good. And I just this morning I was reading my devotional by Joseph Prince, and Joseph Prince brought up this scripture, and he was talking about how Jesus, when he went to the grave, he just thanked the Lord he thanked his Father for already having heard him. And I just see where that was. And like those 2 days before he ever even got up to move, like he was just already like saying, God, we're going to go raise Lazarus from the dead. I don't think he was begging. I don't think he was like frustrating himself and all that sort of stuff. I mean, he knew his Father's heart. He knew his desire to raise the dead, to give life to men. He came as the light of the world. So he wasn't like, oh God, what are we going to do? he was like already just like enjoying what was about to happen. So when he showed up at the grave, he just raised his hands and said, Father, I thank you that you've already heard me. And so we did, you know, that's what we do. You know, when we got whatever these dead things and we become to life, these lifeless things, we just get it this way. Okay, time is not going to pressure me. I'm not going to get all in this big snazzy hurry. Like, oh, the more time that goes by, the worse it's going to get. Like, no, cool. Papa's got this under control. I don't need to be in a big, frantic, paranoid hurry. I am just going to rest. I'm just going to rest in Papa. I'm just going to relax, and he's going to get me there when I get there, and he'll already have performed the thing that needs to be done. So all we got to do is just show up in thankfulness and in praise, and just worship Him and watch what God does. So God bless you. I love you guys so much.